So today I want to expose a scam closely associated with AH and her team of people. This is a conversation bot. It pretends to be AH herself. Now this is coming from the same people that put together a bot that hijacks conversations about Jason Momoa. I did a video on that. I also did a video on another bot that these people were putting together, one that goes after JD and people that supported the truth in that. And now you have what I consider one of the creepiest, scammiest things out there. This is a demonstration of it running, by the way, what they could do with it. It again, is a conversation bot that pretends to be AH. You and I, we're going to go over some of the script demonstrations. There are actually 3 videos showing it in action. I mean, like I said, these are creepy and they are crazy, but it actually exists. It needs to be exposed. Share this everywhere. Tell everyone it exists. Crazy times, huh? Crazy times indeed. So, hey there to all you fine folks on this fine day, by the way. I hope you are doing excellently. And this is one of the scammiest, creepiest things I've seen people connected to AH do yet. Looks like she's very connected to this project. If you've never heard of that name, if you watched the trial, there was someone handing out handbills, trying to sway the jury, trying to either get a mistrial or a win. That was that person. I believe they got kicked out of the courtroom for doing crazy stuff. Plus, there are letters that have communicated with Eve Barlow that have been leaked, letters that communicated with Roberta Kaplan. That was the lawyer for AH at one time, and there's so much else out there. Now, you'll notice here in the right-hand corner, there's a scripted conversation playing out. In this scripted conversation, they're just giving you certain key elements to it, showing you exactly what can be done. And there's some creepy portions that pop up after a while, talking about boyfriends, talking about breaking up. Basically, this is manipulation. And again, it is some of the scammiest, creepiest stuff I've ever seen. So you notice this conversation. It started out right here. And again, it could be any conversation at all. Someone makes contact. They say, hey, my name is Shane. It's really great seeing your commercial today. AH says, oh, thank you. I really liked your commercial as well. You respond. She responds after that with a, hey, thanks. You're really talented. What are you up to this year? AH says, I'm working on my new album. Now, this could be anything. You could have actually said, I'm working on my new video. I'm working on a new movie. Doesn't really matter how that comes up. But you can see, after a while, they have quite a bit of conversation that's coming up about a brand new album. And then they have something come up about a boyfriend. And this, like I said, it's creepy, it's scammy, it's manipulative, and I think that it's meant to hold sway. It's the same thing that they did with hijacking bots when it came to going after Jason Momoa. But you can see right here, I don't know how to tell you this, but I'm going to have to break up with my boyfriend. That's really strange to just have pop up in there. Now, you can see a little bit more conversation, some small talk here, talking about Red, talking about albums and on. And then they start saying right here, wait a minute. Did you say that you're going to have to break up with your boyfriend? They're asking the scripting bot about that. AH says, yes, I'm going to have to do that. And it asks, well, what's his name? So it could be any name whatsoever. It could have been JD. It could have been anyone there. Then it says, after an answer, it says both of them. It re-answers, his name is Tom. And remember, when it's going through all of this stuff, anything can be programmed. This is just one demonstration out of many. Tom Cruise is the boyfriend's name in the script, by the way. Now, video 2 is where things, they get a little bit creepier. Why? Because this showcases how another person could potentially be brought into the script. You know how the last one, it mentioned Tom Cruise, for example? Well, this is showing you having a conversation with Tom Cruise, wanting to find out what's going on. Again, the absurdity to that, it sounds funny too. Ha ha ha, you have AH, you have Tom Cruise in a conversation. But again, think about what this could actually represent. If you could bring in 2 scripts, if you could bring in AH talking, then they could have AH's lawyers. Heck, they could have JD come into a conversation, or anyone that represents them. I mean, when you think about that, what could they convince people that's true? What could they convince people to do? I mean, this has a heavy potential, not just for scamming people, but for going even farther beyond. Again, you have to overlook the idea that they're talking about, here's AH. She's talking about breaking up with Tom Cruise. She's saying, I want to break up with Tom Cruise because he's a jerk. And she's like, no, don't ask her. Listen, I need to go, but I'll call you back as soon as I can. Again, imagine why you would build something like that, why you would have multiple parties in a conversation demonstration. Like I said, when you get the old noggin jogging and you think about what this is trying to say here, that has the implication to do real world damage. And again, it shows you beyond a shadow of a doubt that these people, they are using bots. Now, the bot here, it's not just limited to 2 profiles either. Oh no, you have other profiles they load as well. This thing, it has dozens of them. You can see a bunch of names down here at the bottom. Again, you have to avoid the names, not really think about them associated with it, because it almost makes it farcical. But you have to think about what could be loaded into this. Instead of talking to AH, people could be talking to AH, they could be talking to Jason Momoa, they could be talking to JD and on. Again, one of the biggest scams associated with this stuff. And you have to ask, why exactly would you build something like this? Scamminess, the creepiness, I mean, that is definitely on display. But beyond that, I mean, really, what are you trying to sway people to do? What are you trying to convince them of? And if you look at social media right now, you look at people trying to rewrite what happened in the courtroom. You see them hiring bullies for hire, saying those people over there, they're not real. They're bullies. They're harassers. They're going to have people like AH queued up on this kind of stuff, trying to back up what they say. I mean, you can just see all of the different ways they could use it. None of them would be good. Plus, I find it fascinating. They say those people over there, they're using bots, when again, they have displays here. They all connect back to people like Christina Taft, all of these folks that were talking about buying them. And I've showed you demonstrations with the Jason Momoa one, with the JD one, and on. But anyway, let me know what you think about this stuff. Oh, man, it's crazy, too. You want to help out the channel? There are links in the description. We could always use your help. We have our book. We have a way to donate. You can join up with locals back over there. But yeah, you being here, that's the biggest help of all. So I'm going to end with this craziness too. If you want to see more of this, let me know. We'll go over it in a live stream. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate you ending here. See you soon.